there's a shocking number. One of these categories, and this is for the whole year compiled, was up. Gross sales were up 115% this year compared to last year. Can't wait to tell you what business it is. If you're thinking about starting a business, stick around. Hey, it's Josh with the Tax.Pro Show. Thanks for stopping by. I'm super excited. Our fourth quarter report is here. We're going to get into the details. I'm an EA with over 20 years experience, CEO of Nat Business Solutions. Let's get into it. So, in my hands, fourth quarter report. Now, this one's going to be a little bit different. Normally what I do is I compare gross income this year compared to last year and net income this year compared to last year in 9 different categories. However, we're changing it just a slight amount because I won't have the actual net income for these companies for a few more months. We have the gross income and that's done. The net income's a little bit tricky because we've got a lot of nuances and things that happen and change, like depreciation, reimbursement of mileage that maybe didn't happen, assets that we've got to account for that were sold. All of those things we're still doing and compiling. Yes, we've gotten this report to those business owners. They've made their fourth quarter estimated payments, which is awesome. And those were all projected numbers, but I don't want to get into those comparison of the net because they won't quite line up percentage by percentage. We will get into that net comparison though at the third quarter in our next quarterly video. So this is the fourth quarter report, end of 2025. Here we go. First category is all other. And in all other, we saw from last year to this year a 7% increase. So what is all other? What is all other, Josh? Good question. All other is mostly nonprofits. In this category, we just don't have really much of anything in there but nonprofits. And so, yes, these guys were up 7%, even with the government cutting funding to a lot of nonprofits. So, way to go, guys. You did a great job of getting the marketing out there. Next is construction. Now, this one is a little bit surprising on the gross number to me because we have a lot of people in this industry. It's still a good number and it's still going the right direction. Construction was up 2% by gross. So that's awesome. Then we get to doctor/medical. And this would include anything that the IRS classifies as doctor medical, which would be pharmacies, it could be veterinarians, all of that kind of businesses are lumped into this group. And their gross sales and income was up 16% in 2025 versus 2024. Way to go, guys. That is a lot of work that you guys just did. Next, we'll go to farming and ranching. This is not a surprise. Their gross sales were down by about 12% this year compared to last year. I'm not surprised at all that we saw that with all of the shift and changes of fuel. Those things are going to affect their prices, and so they're going to be a little bit less. Next is food. And under food, this is going to be your grocery stores. This is going to be restaurants, any kind of food service. All of those people are in this group. Their gross sales were down 2%. So that is a little bit surprising because we were up the first few quarters of the year. We get to the final quarter and it's down by 2% compared to last year. What does that tell you? It says that people aren't eating out as much. That's what it tells you. They're just not. They're spending a little bit less money eating out. So what needs to happen there? Again, if you're a restaurant owner, you want to think about value. What value are you providing? Double check. Make sure that you're adequately pricing according to your cost and those costs increase and you're not missing anything. Manufacturing. This is the big one. If you're thinking about starting a small business, I would tell you to go into manufacturing. We have seen the biggest gains in manufacturing in a very long time. Manufacturing was up 115% this year over last year. That's a huge jump in manufacturing. Way to go, guys. I'm super proud of you. That would be the business to maybe consider going into. Expensive to get into, but the profits are definitely there. Real estate, this one surprised me a little bit because we had some shift. We had some shift of interest rates that were lowered, but real estate was still down. At the end of the fourth quarter this year compared to last year, real estate was sitting at 8% less. So decrease of 8% in sales. Really strong the first few quarters. We saw a lot of good things in real estate, but there at the end, we just couldn't pull it out in the fourth quarter. How about this one? Retail sales. Shocking on this one. I did not expect it, especially how closely it had trended to food all year. But retail sales surprised me. You guys blew it out of the water. 16% increase this year over last year. Way to go. Next up is service, and it's our last but not least category. Service, I'm not surprised. Way to go, guys. 10% increase this year compared to last year. That encompasses all of your service-based businesses, so plumbers, electrical, any kind of license, any kind of yard work. That's all that's in the service category. Big jump by 10%. Again, that's really not a surprise to me. I expected that, and I expect to see service to continue to climb. That's definitely one. If you're thinking about starting a business, service is probably the way to go. And then one last stat, and that's when we put all of these together. Overall, small business that we work with saw growth on top line revenue by 16% in 2025 compared to their 2024 numbers. Can your accountant tell you that? If not, maybe it's time to make a change.
Unlock the power of full-service payroll with Payority. What is full-service payroll? It's the ultimate hassle-free solution for managing your business's payroll needs. With full-service payroll, every aspect of payroll processing is handled for you, from calculating wages and taxes to filing compliance reports and ensuring timely payments. You get peace of mind while saving time and resources. Why Payority's full-service payroll stands out. Complete payroll management. We handle everything: wage calculations, tax withholdings, direct deposits, and more. Compliance made easy. Stay worry-free with expert handling of federal, state, and local tax regulations. Employee self-service. Empower your team with easy access to pay stubs and tax forms through our secure portal. Dedicated support. Our payroll experts are with you every step of the way, ensuring accuracy and reliability. Ready to simplify your payroll? Visit Payority.com to learn how our full-service payroll solutions can transform your business.
So Trump is proposing just not allowing credit card companies to charge more than 10%. Right?
For a year, yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah, I've got so many thoughts.
So President Trump has just made a pretty big move against banks. So he announced a one-year cap on credit card interest rates at 10%, set to take effect on January 20th, the one-year anniversary of the second inauguration. Right now, most Americans are getting hit pretty hard with interest rates between 20 and 30%. And it's even higher for those with poor credit. Trump is essentially saying it's legalized robbery. Americans are drowning in record high credit card debt, and the previous administration did nothing but let banks profit off the pain. Now Trump says he's stepping in, and he's framing this as a win for working families in the middle class, not Wall Street. Industry groups are already furious, warning this could tighten credit, especially to high-risk borrowers, but Trump's message is simple: stop ripping people off. He hasn't yet said if this will come through executive action or legislation, but draft bills are already in motion, and the clock starts ticking on January 20th.
All right, so the very best credit card rate is the one that's 0%. And how do you get that one? Don't have credit cards. That's the very best one. The first step to getting no credit cards would be to take them out of your wallet if you have them and take some scissors and cut them up. And then don't order a new card, right? That's the first thing that I would tell you to do. If you are in a situation where you have a lot of credit card debt, sure, this would be great. It would very much help you cutting your rate. But let's just put it to math real quick, okay? So, hey, what's the average? Can somebody tell me the average credit card debt in America, the account balance?
$6,500 to $7,900 per borrower. Total is $1.2 trillion.
Yeah. So it's true. We're in the trillions of dollars. I'm going to round up. So the average is somewhere around $7,000 per borrower. So we're gonna go gangbusters, and we're gonna round it up to 10,000. So let's say the average borrower in America has borrowed $10,000 at 30%. So if we just want to do some simple math, you just pull out your calculator and follow along. If we take $10,000 and we multiply that times 30%, that's $3,000. So in total interest savings, it would be $2,000 for the year. That's not going to fix a $10,000 credit card problem. It does help you because you'll pay less interest. But if you put the $2,000 to the principal, what do you still have? $8,000 in credit card debt. Do you still have credit card debt? Yes. What happens when this goes away? You're still going to have credit card debt. So what's a better plan? Get ahead of this and get control of your budget and actually have a plan of how you're going to spend the money, spend it on paper before the month begins, and don't use credit cards. That's the best plan. Will this help you? Yes. Is it going to change your life? No. It's really not that much money. So, sure, I mean, it's better than nothing. The credit card industry is absolutely terrible, but at most it's going to save you about $166 a month at the very most. And that's if we go from the 30% down to the 10. It's not going to change your $10,000 in credit card debt. So here's what you need to do. Step 1, create a written plan. Write a budget. Step 2, follow the budget. Step 3, if you don't have money, don't spend it. And step 4, maybe really it's step 0A, is cut up those credit cards. Get rid of them. Get them out of your life. You'll be happy that you did once they're paid off. Okay, so now let's talk about another thing, and that is the buy now, pay later. $122 billion in 2025. This would not be included in the credit card number because it's not credit card, but it's a very similar type of debt. If you're in that 122 billion, you also need to make a plan. I will tell you right now, go on to Amazon and delete your debit card and delete your credit card from it. Get away from the one-click pay, okay? Do not do the buy now, pay later. If you don't have the money, don't buy it. If you have the money, buy it. The other thing I would say is just have a plan. Budget it out. When you've got the money, that's when you're going to make the purchase. You're not going to do it now and pay for it later. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because everybody in the US needs to know more about taxes. And when you like and subscribe to this channel, you're helping further that mission.